I wonder if you have some favorite customer success stories from your time working with WorkWave.
Yeah, I think it depends on which type of customer you're talking about, because there's a very big difference in what we call, a very small business. Somebody that parks their vans in their driveway, and that's, they close the van and their business is done for the day, but now they're going to go in the house and they're going to work 4 more hours trying to collect on people who haven't paid them, make phone calls to schedule. So when you take somebody that calls you and they're what we think of as like a mom and pop shop, and they're really just drowning, you see it in all aspects of their life, because their job is overwhelming their life. So they're skipping on time with family and friends. They're exhausted. There's no break, because if you don't earn, you don't put food on the table.
Mhm.
And then you can start to see the stress come off of that person, because we do hands-on handboarding. There's somebody onboarding, working with every new customer of ours to have conversations with them. They can take online classes, university classes through WorkWave, but there's an actual human, a person from WorkWave on the phone with them, helping them get going. And when you start to see that pressure come off, then you see the relief, and then you start to, then their head starts to think differently. How can I get more efficient? How do I keep more of my money? I'm working this hard anyway. And then they can use the technology. And if they're in the Northeast, like I am in New Jersey, they can be sitting on the beach in Florida and still schedule, still dispatch, still send emails for people who haven't paid them, all right from a tablet sitting on the beach. So it can really be freeing when they do that. But then they hit a threshold, in the mid-market. We have a lot of customers that have been with us 15 years or more. I mean, they really stay loyal to our applications, but the technology has changed so much. So just last week, I went to a customer that's been with us for over 15 years. They're frustrated by the software, but we brought a team in and sat down with them and said, it's more about the communication. We're not doing a good enough job telling you how you needed to adapt the solution over 15 years of changes in technology.
Mhm.
So let's all come together around a table, talk about where you're frustrated, lay out a plan. Let's re-onboard you, have our onboarding team sit with you and make sure you're using it properly, that you're getting the most value for the money you're already paying to WorkWave. And then you start to see like the stress come off, because a lot of times they didn't even realize that the technology already solved the problems. And in some ways, shame on WorkWave for not having solved that problem more simply on how you can utilize every new feature, because we are constantly releasing new functionality and moving the technology ahead. I mean, we're kind of relentless about moving the technology ahead and outpacing our competition. So customers can get left behind. And I think that feels good when you can see the pressure come off, because the thing about service is it's a very people business. You're standing in somebody's living room making a promise. I can help you. I can solve your problem. And we're kind of in that business too. Yes,
Mhm.
it's technology driven, but that business owner is still looking at us and going, can you help? Because I'm getting killed over here and I'm working my butt off. And you're making a promise on a very personal level to help them and be a good partner to them. And that's when it feels the most rewarding.